Hello everybody, and today I would like to talk with you about Electron.js. So today we'll discuss what Electron.js is, we'll watch some features, and we will write our first program with Electron. So let's get started. So what Electron.js is? Electron.js is the framework based on JavaScript. So to program with Electron you would need to know only JavaScript to make your own program, which I would like to mention, a really easy language for beginners, and I really like it. And to design the application you can use HTML and CSS. So as they said, it's easier than you think. That's true. So what the main features of Electron? First, it's open source, so basically it has very strong community, and if you need some help you can just write on GitHub and they're gonna help you. Second, it's cross-platform, so you can run it on Mac, Linux and Windows, and it's really easy, and you just write it once and you run it on different machines. And this is the main features of Electron. Now probably you have a question: who is using Electron and why should I use it? I would tell you that a lot of people now are using Electron.js. For example, I think everybody knows Discord, and Discord is one of the biggest users of Electron. Also, if you know, Skype for Linux was also made on Electron. And first of all, we will need to go on site node.js.org. Node.js.org, and then download the latest LTS version. For now it's 8.9.3. Now let's start with our program. So for the start we need to create folder where we will put our code. To make it, you would need to open command prompt. So first you make it, then you open the command prompt and you locate to your folder. For me, to locate, I use cd. So this is command which is saying go to, and first I have it on desktop, so I will go to desktop, then cd my folder which I called, I'm gonna be long way, cd YouTube channel, cd, and here I think, yes, getting started Electron. So for start, let's generate our configuration file for our program. So it works basically like a passport for the program. So when the program will be executed, in this passport they will see name and what the main commands and the features of your program. So to make it, we will type npm init, enter. We wait a bit. Okay, now it is asking about package name, and by default it's using a folder name which I like. Version, we will leave it like it is. Description without, entry point, yes, index.js, test command, electron index.js, enter. Git repository, for now we will not have it. Keywords, skip it. Author and the license, for example, to be ISC. And let's type yes, it's totally fine. Okay, and now we would need to install the main thing. We would need to install the Electron. To do that, you just easily type npm install Electron, enter, and now it is downloading, so we need to wait a bit. Okay, now it's installing. Okay, now we are ready to use our Electron. Now let's move to text editor, IDE, or however you would like to call it. And here we can already see that our package.js on was generated successfully, so it's here, and our entry point, but we need to create it first. I created it before, so now let's first talk about package.js on. So here you can see name, version, description, main scripts. So everything what we selected, we have it here. And for now we will change this to start. So here we write what do we need to run on the start when we are building, when we are compiling our program. And by this line it will do like this. When it's starting, it will ask for index.js, which we will create now. I already have it. So if you in this IDE you click new file and you create it. So now here I have already written the code, and for you I will just explain because it will be way faster. So in the start we are including our libraries like Electron, and we put it in the constant Electron. Here we do it again, but for another constants, app and browser window. And after that we are creating the event listener when application is on ready. We are running this code. Now first let's remove this because we don't need it for now. And then it is creating a new browser window, basically new window for your program, and here this window loads the file. When we will make our HTML, it will search for HTML and it will open it, but for now let's test something else so it will be easier to understand. And for example we'll type https google.com. Save it. And now to run a program you go here and you type npm start. Okay, and as you can see, Google. Yeah, I agree. Actually, I don't. So yes, here is our Google. You can make it full screen, you can minimize it, you can open it again, you can close it. So everything you want. And now let's modify it, and now it will not open Google, but it will open our HTML files. To do that, we'll return the code which we already had, and now let's talk about it. So this is the location to the file, that's why it starts with file. Then this is to not type the full way to our directory like this. We'll just type dir name. So it's a variable which will insert by itself, and while you type in this, it will be located here, so it will go to this directory. And here we type the name of our file, and let's change it not to index because it will confusely, because we'll have two of them. Let's put page HTML and save it, and then we will create it. So new file, page.html, enter, and here we'll create a HTML mark type like this, and type for example test will be our title, and in the body we'll write something random, like let's write hello world. Oh yeah, we need to close it. Hello world. As you can know, the hello world is a routine for programmers to test their programs. Okay, now save it. Let's check if we've done everything correctly. So yes, it is going to page HTML. Now we just need to compile it again. npm start. In Windows you can just click the arrow to the top and it will open the last command which you typed, so you don't need to type it every time. Enter. Okay, you can see hello world. So basically now it's opened this file which you have created. If you type, for example, I don't know, max HTML, it will search for max HTML. So if you don't like page HTML, you can change it. First you change the location here, and then you create the file, or differently, it doesn't matter. We will leave it like it was. Okay. And now I will show you how to debug your own program on node.js, on Electron.js, sorry. And to do that, we will just type win web contents dot open DevTools. So this will open the developer tools like you can have in the browser when you click the F12. Let's put the semicolon. I don't like it because if you don't know JS, it's accepted without this symbol, but sometimes it can crash and you'll think why it's here, why this mistake here, and then you'll find out that this symbol was crashing your program. Okay, and now let's compile it again. So we'll close this one and top arrow npm start. Okay, and now as you can see, let's minimize a bit like this. We have a developer console where you have a console elements, so you can see what's on the page. In the console it will write you if it has some problems like code problems or other stuff. Also you have all of this. About this you can learn on Google, because it basically Electron.js is based on node.js, and node.js is based on Chromium. It's basically the same like Google Chrome, but open source one, and that's why the developer console is totally the same. Okay, now we have created, and for example let's make some modifications on this page just to show how powerful it is. I will type it, it will be faster like this, and the link, for example, to again google.com. Okay, and the text will be click me here. Save it, run it again. So as you can see, now we have a link. If you click it, you again have Google. We have definitely using an old version of Chrome, could be. Okay, and now as you can see, it's really easy to make it. So basically the main file is here. When you've done it, you can, for example, send it to page HTML, and on page HTML you program like normal website or normal web application. And here you can use a bootstrap, you can use all of libraries, so basically you can make everything you want. It's a web server which is easy to set up. For example, if you make a Chrome extension and you would like to do the same, for example, to implement bootstrap, if you don't know, it's basically it's a way to make the design easier to make. And if you try to make it on Chrome extension, you'll have a lot of problems because they have a controlling file and they are blocking the sources, and every time if you want to access, for example, I don't know, Facebook from your Google extension, you would need to type allow Facebook, and every time you would need to type it, and sometimes it has problems. So yeah, it's weird. That's why I think that Electron.js is really easy and nice. Thank you for watching. If you like it, put the like under my video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you, see you, goodbye, or goodbye, see you.